If you're interested in working with me, this video is going to explain the types of services that I offer and the model that I operate under in case you would like to move forward and see what the next steps look like. Currently, I'm based in Seattle and I work in a hybrid model. The hybrid model means that first, I am able to work remotely, so I do virtual one-on-one coaching, but the second part is I do mobile services, meaning that I can go to your home, gym, or wherever you train and provide services there. One of the most common questions I'm asked is, do you take insurance? And I actually do not take insurance anymore, and let me explain why that is. When I used to work in the insurance-based model, which is the traditional model, I would always run into the barrier of insurance limiting what I was able to do. So let me give you this example. I would have a patient, John Smith, would walk in the door after having ACL surgery. He would be doing really well, rehabbing, and I would get him to a point where he's back to doing normal daily activity. And insurance would review his case and say, hey, look, John Smith is back to doing what he needs to do. He doesn't need any physical therapy treatment. Well, that's grand and all that he can do what he needs to do every day, but John Smith's goals weren't to do what he wants to do every day. His goals were to get back to skiing and do so at a high level. So then on me, I would go back to insurance. I would write an argument to them saying, hey, John Smith, his goals are to get back to skiing. He's not there, and if he's going to get there, he needs more visits. Well, insurance would turn around and say, well, based on our evidence, John Smith is doing everything that he needs. Well, in my head, if I were to send John Smith back to the ski hill without any continued rehab, he's definitely not ready, and he's at a significant risk of re-tearing his ACL. Now, insurance doesn't really care because insurance just cares if you're getting back to normal, and this is why I really wanted to leave that traditional model, because I wasn't comfortable with that gap in between where insurance said therapy was ending and where the patient actually needs to get to successfully finish their rehab. That's why I treat in the solutions-based model now. So to break it down and make it real simple for you, the solutions-based model essentially says you pay an upfront cost, but services do not end until you get to where your goals are. So if you're John Smith and your goal is to get back to skiing at a high level, I continue to see you no matter how many visits it takes in order to get you to where you need to go. That said, the cost of treatment is going to vary depending on the needs of treatment. So for example, if you're someone that has a complete ACL rupture or you need knee replacement and that requires surgery, obviously the treatment and the recovery time is going to be much longer and the cost of that is going to be increased. No, if you're someone that is just struggling with skiing or maybe you have some pain, those are things that usually resolve much faster and don't have this recovery time because I just need to identify what's going on, and generally the cost of that is lower. For me to get a good understanding of what's going on, I need to have you schedule an initial strategy call so that way we can figure out what is the estimated duration of the length of treatment, and from there we can go over the pricing structure. You can go ahead and schedule that strategy call by clicking the link that accompanies this video. So who is this program not good for? Well, I think if you're someone that's not committed, that maybe skiing doesn't really mean a lot to you, or someone that doesn't have the confidence that this is going to work, then I don't think this program is going to work for you. In fact, I think it would be a better option for you to go to traditional rehab and give that a try first, because many people do get good benefits from traditional rehab. And if you have any continued questions along that journey, I'm more than happy to answer those. And eventually, if you decide, you know, Greg, I think you are actually the best option to work with me, I'm more than happy to have you come into my world and for me to work with you in the future. So who are the best people that would fit to work with me? Well, I would say if you are someone that's highly motivated to get back to the ski hill, you want to do so faster, and you want someone that's knowledgeable to help you get there, or maybe you've been working in this traditional rehab model and you've seen a plateau, or maybe insurance is no longer covering your visits and you desire to have more care, then this model would be for you. So if you're someone that's ready to change where you're currently at and you desire to work with me, I am very excited to work with you as well. Go ahead and click the link that is provided to schedule that strategy call, and I look forward to seeing you there.